Hi again then guys, and welcome to episode 9 of Dirtmasters, the review series for Gran Turismo 6, where we're evaluating the merits and drawbacks of each real rally car that features on GT6. So in this episode, as you can see, we'll be reviewing the 2008 Spec Ford Focus RS WRC. The Ford Focus, of course, has had a lot of success in its rallying history. So, how does this car compare to the other rally cars that are available on GT6? Well, let's go to the track and find out. Now, first of all, the straight line performance of this Focus is, as you would expect, comparable to most, if not all, of the other WRC cars that feature on the game. So, for acceleration, I'm going to give this car a rating of 3 out of 5, which is a respectable average. For its handling, however, I am going to give it a strong 5 for low speed handling because it is very, very good. For the brakes as well, I'm also going to give it a strong 5 because they do an excellent job of scrubbing off the car's speed. Now for city tracks overall, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because although it is very good, the steering has a little bit of weight to it, which isn't as conducive to city driving in particular when compared to other track types. So now let's see how this car fares on a twisty country type track. Now the Ford Focus is known for being one of the best handling normal cars that you can buy. So how does its rally counterpart cope with a twisty country type track which requires more of a flow rather than the start-stop style of a city track? Well, it copes very well. The high-speed handling, again, I'm going to give it a strong 5 because it is very, very good. The handling is very easy to get hold of. You get a feel for the car very quickly, and it doesn't really do anything to surprise you. It's a very consistent, very dependable handling car. Now, overall, for twisty country tracks, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because, likewise with city tracks, it's very good, but it's not quite perfect. But it is very good, I would say, for these types of track. The only reason why I'm not giving it the maximum 5 is because it's not quite as quick as some of the other rally cars that are available on the game. So that's it for our twisty country type track. Now let's see how it fares on a dirt track. So now we come to the most important track type for a rally car, and that is of course a dirt track. So how does the Ford fare on this type of track? Because obviously in real life it was, and still is, a great rally car. Well, it's great on the game as well. It has fantastic handling. The weight balance on this car is very close to perfect. You can get great sideways action around the corners whilst retaining great drivability and complete control over the car, which of course is an essential thing for being comfortable and confident in your rally car. So unsurprisingly, for dirt tracks, I'm going to give it a strong 5 because it's really good. And not only is it great to drive, but it's also the quickest rally car on this track of this test so far. It's actually even quicker than the 880 horsepower Tajima E-Runner. Now for overall drivability, I'm also going to give this car a strong 5 out of 5, which probably isn't surprising because, as I said, it is a great handling and very driver-friendly car overall. So that's it overall for a dirt track. Now let's finally see how it copes with a snow circuit. Now, many rally cars, as we've established before in this series, don't necessarily have the same consistency on a snow circuit type than they do on a dirt track. So, how does the Ford Focus handle a snow track? Well, very well. Now, I will say the flow isn't quite as perfect as on a dirt track. On a dirt track, the car feels really in its element. It feels perfect. On a snow track, it's very good, no doubt about that, but it doesn't feel as happy in its manoeuvrability on a snow track. Now, I'm still going to give it a 4 out of 5 because it is very, very good. It will give you an excellent time. It's very competitive, and it is still a great car to drive. but it is definitely still better on a dirt track. Like I said, that's not to say it's bad on a snow track. It's good on a snow track, but it's great on a dirt track. So that's it overall for our track-based testing. Now let's go back to the garage for a roundup of this car's best and worst points. So overall, the Focus RS WRC is an excellent all-round rally car. That's probably not surprising to most people. It's up there with cars like the Mitsubishi Evo and the Subaru Impreza for the title of possibly best all-round rally car, and it's certainly deserving of consideration for that title. It is a great all-round car. As far as its best point, well, that would just have to be its sheer all-round ability. It's such a competitive but truly usable and very, very driver and new driver as well as professional driver friendly overall package. Very easy to access this car's ability and to reach its full potential on the track. And like I said earlier, you get a feel for how the car performs very quickly, and you can really learn how to use it best very, very quickly. As far as its overall worst point, well, it's not necessarily its worst point in a real bad way, but its worst point would just have to be it does have a slight lack of performance compared to some of the other rally cars that do feature on the game. It does have less power than some of them. But as we established from our dirt track, it was quicker than the Tajima E-Runner, which has far more power, over 300 horsepower more. So straight line performance is far less important from a rally car than it is for road racing. So overall, it's an excellent car, and I would highly recommend you try out this car if you haven't done so before. Now, it's an 850,000 credit car, so it is pretty expensive, but I would say it is worth it. And that's it for this review. So I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.